Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I've been wanting to return to Spiritbox for years now. And what better time to do it than with my good friend and colleague, Phil Freeman.
Hello.
All three names, they go together.
Yeah,
they sound
right.
very nice together too. Anyhow, we're gonna check out the single that they recently dropped from their upcoming EP. Let's get to it.
It's got some Tron feeling to it.
Are we watching Stranger Things?
Or Tron.
Or Tron. Sorry. I had this moment where I checked the video, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's the right one.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time. You don't have to hold back the headbanging. You can do it.
Okay, cool. That's tasty.
It is tasty.
Tasty.
And I think you might be right about the Tron. The look definitely goes back. I want to come back to here because there were some really cool like electronic echoes of her voice that were blending in.
Yeah, that was nice.
What a cool production decision.
Yeah.
There. Wow, I like that blend. And the lightness of the guitar.
Yeah.
I feel alone in my body. I feel a silence underneath. In these valleys of blood, in these rivers of rust. Shoulder all the blame again. We were locked into the end. It was fine and rough. I was never enough. But what if I?
Ooh.
Yeah, this feels like a very new and edgy direction.
Oh yeah. It's beautiful. You could take Courtney's vocals in this part and put it right into a pop song.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's
Like, seriously.
Yeah. You could put a beat underneath it, you could put it under a lo-fi beat and that's so cool. I
Almost
love
R&B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the different elements here. It sounds great.
Yeah, but it almost sounds like they're even giving not that she needs it,
Right.
but there's like a slight imprint of an auto tune or like just like an electronic
Like a vocoder.
element.
Like a vocoder like underneath or something like that.
Yeah, did you hear like a
did.
little electronic edge?
there's
But
voices.
it's a go with the whole sound because everything in here is touched by an electronic sound,
Yep.
so it makes sense that her vocal will be too.
Yeah.
I feel alone in my body. I feel a silence underneath.
Sounds like it's like
These valleys of blood.
Right there too.
The silence underneath. In these valleys of blood.
Did you hear that happened, like the little slide?
yeah.
Exactly.
I feel a silence underneath. In these valleys of blood.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yep.
In these rivers of rust. Shoulder all the blame again. We were locked into the end. It was fine and rough. I was never enough.
I love the way that they've got this low one that has more focus on the sound, so present and center.
Yeah.
They might have even doubled her there, but the layers, they have a fluffiness to them.
Yeah.
They're so light, and they are mixed in really, really lightly as well.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of times they're higher, automatically our attention is drawn to the higher things usually. So those have to be mixed so lightly that we're really still paying attention to her melody lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really like the production decisions here. It sounded like that the ethereal background vocals were like right here rather than wide left and right. So that, very nice.
Nice.
The blame again. We were locked into the end. It was fine and rough. I was never enough. But what if I was?
cool. Okay, so.
Love the transition going into that.
Yeah.
I always feel like harsh vocals, if you're going to put them together with cleans, I need the harshes to be on something that's becoming more intense.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like it's sort of the natural progression to me of how can we add even more anger, angst, frustration to the voice.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense the way that they progressed it.
Yeah. No, that was a great progression. And what's so cool about the way that this is arranged is that you're not expecting it.
Not
it just
at all.
hits you. I mean, obviously, if you're a fan of Spiritbox, yes, you're going to expect some extreme vocals happening. However, for anybody, the casual listener, and for anybody for that matter, this is a musical treat to listen to. And that's just so cool to hear that transition. And love her technique as well, how she's using that clean vocalization and then bringing in that distortion on top of what's happening within her vocal folds. You know, like that's really nice.
It's a
really
great,
nice control.
beautiful combination.
Yeah.
It might sound wild and uncontrolled, but it's very controlled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'd be very surprised how controlled these things can actually be.
I want to go back a little bit.
Yeah. I like that little yeah.
All right, Phil, I'm going to call on you because Phil here has perfect pitch. And it was so funny. We were listening to Alex Terrible just before this.
Yeah.
And he was like able to nail the exact pitch that was underneath the harsh vocalizations. Do you know hers?
So let's go over that. So it's like so it's like a right around like an A to like I would say right around a sharp B4 flat C5. So that's what's happening. Like so what's being produced by her vocal folds is right around these pitches, and then she's adding those distortion elements on top of that.
It's so
and
cool
it's creating such a cool combination, and it's so cool. Yeah. And
nice.
Courtney has done absolutely. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm gonna come back to that one more time so we can listen for that more.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Yeah. Right around that spectrum. Yeah, so like if you take away like the distortion, it's like that na 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 na, and so and it's really cool to pinpoint that and see that there's actual vocal phonation that's involved with that type of sound, because there's a lot of misconceptions around like that sound and how it's produced, and the true vocal folds are involved, but they don't contribute to all the distortion that's happening around it.
Yeah, the true vocal folds are like the bottom of your vocal tract, and then there's so many things on top that can create distortion on the sound. But don't try and make the distortion with your true vocal folds, because if you do, that's when it, ouch. Yeah. Bad
things will happen.
Bad things. Well, let's keep going and listen to good things happening.
Exactly.
And I've always been ashamed that I wanna fall into a dream Never found a way to be honest. All I know is a place where I haunted memories faded.
Okay. Oh, I mean this as a compliment.
Uh-oh.
I mean this as a compliment, and I don't want to be taken. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say. I was expecting like Post Malone to make a feature in that part right there. There was a Post Malone moment there, and Post is awesome in my opinion. And so like that was such a cool combination.
I loved the way they like took the floor of the music out from underneath us.
Yeah.
Right before that section. It's one of my favorite techniques.
Love drops.
It's like, it's so easy to do.
Love drops.
Yeah, so many bands forget to do that at some point.
I love him. Ben, in Small Town Titans, my band Small Town Titans, he loves silences. He loves drops. He will fight for drops whenever we're writing new music. And yeah, it's just so much fun. Drops are fun. It's a good time.
Yes. Let's go back to that moment. I want to feel the floor fall away again.
And I've
Yes. Yes. Just like the desecrated. It's like, that is so tasty. That is yeah, so good.
Yeah. I think that I'm enjoying most just the way that it's so full of sound.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you love it when the things are stripped down and you get all of these different little pockets of sound. And the way that this is produced, I feel like every single frequency in our spectrum is being lit. It is delicious. There's actually even more on the upper end than, it almost was like a bit much at sometimes, not gonna lie. It's like, whoa, there's so much sound there. And that's really exciting. If every song was like that, it'd be too much. But this one, it's sizzling the entire time, but then you have these kicks underneath too. It's just so full, and everything still is clear, but you don't really have empty pockets to fit things into, because everything is spread as much as it can so that we can hone into all of this different sound.
Right, yeah.
I want to go back just a little bit, catch it more time, and we'll let it go.
Yep. Yeah, okay.
That's awesome.
I got excited. So
go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so, it's very difficult to see actual movement of the face, especially when it's a music video. It's difficult to pin down exactly, what's happening here. That last frame was perfect. That look right there. The baring of the teeth and the grimace, that can be very useful with those types of vocals.
I hope she does a one take of this at some point.
I hope so too.
She has some really cool one takes out there.
Yes, she does.
But
Take note, please.
Yes, please. And
I'll come back out here. I'll just fly back. Yes.
More. I love the way that the sound is so distraught, but at the same time, I think it expresses a lot of distraught emotion, but I don't think she's doing it in an unhealthy way. A lot of times I think people think, if I'm going to make a crazy sound like this, I should feel like I'm hurting, like I'm bleeding in some way. And that's not the case.
No.
You can channel emotion in a healthy way.
I always look at emotion. I tell my students that it's like dealing with a nuclear reactor. It is emotion is incredibly powerful, and it is the last piece of the puzzle, because you don't want to overdo it with the emotion without mechanics. And she's obviously using the mechanics very well here. Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, totally.
So
totally. It's like she's dipping into her emotion.
Right.
But not submerging.
Yeah, exactly. She's coding what's going on here, and obviously her preparation up to this point is that's a testament to excellent technique that she's using here. So practice with the great technique, get it set, make it habitual, and then go plug in emotion. So you already have the structure. Yes. Bingo.
Boom. Okay.
Yep.
Boom. Back. There's so many things just fundamentally about her technique that I'm loving.
Yeah.
Right? The breath there's a naturalness to it, but then there's also just very clear decisions every now and then that get exciting, especially I think in the extreme vocal section where she's like, I'm going to make this one part stand out, so I'm going to take a breath right before it. She didn't need it. She made purposeful breath planning and then executed it.
Yeah. That's always refreshing to see too.
Right? And then you hear her in her cleans and you're like, ooh, like it's really lifted the whole time by the breath.
Mm-hmm.
So good. That's like, it's so fundamental to me that a person build their voice from the bottom up. Like you can't have good phonation unless you've got a good breath. And then you can't shape the sound in some really cool way unless you've also clicked off breath, some sort of sound source, and then the shaping after that.
Yeah, which also dynamics are a big part of that too.
Yeah.
I love seeing the dynamic range here. The change in volume, the change in tonality, the color and shape change, figuratively and literally. And it's so nice to see that well executed here. So,
totally agree. Okay, keep going. Ooh. Okay, I want to go back just a little bit because I swear I'm gonna make a card to it or something. I'm gonna link to it. It really does look like she filmed in a place that I filmed a music video once.
Nice. That's fun.
I don't think that's possible.
So cool.
There's like these mirror rooms where you can film sometimes.
I'll tell you what though, the Batman room with the big lights, that is a popular room.
It's a popular room,
it's highly likely. It is plausible that's the case.
Yeah, I'll link to that video on like a card or something because it's just hilarious.
You should, if you have her on Tea Time, ask her that question.
Gosh, where did you do this?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that expensive to create a room like that. So I have to think like they must have one in Canada. The one that I filmed at was in LA.
Yeah.
But
you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
That's so crazy.
So until you ask the questions. All right.
Yeah. So weird. You know why that section is so satisfying? I think is because we've had so much that's really high in the frequencies, like lots of cymbals, lots of sibilants as well, and her voice, the air in it as well, it's been all highlighted. Yeah. And then we got to this, and it was just like, boom, the whole time.
Yeah. Slow breakdowns. It's,
And so bassy. Even though there's still a cymbal, it's just not as much as there was.
Yeah.
Is he still really high there? Oh. I went back really far. That's okay.
China symbol.
Okay. Ooh. Shattering glass. Oh. Yeah. I loved it. Again, there was a nice little drop in the middle there at one point that was, again, makes it super fresh. Mm-hmm. But I love the complexity of all of the sounds that we are hearing.
Yeah. It's so difficult to get a good mix on stuff like this because of the density of the sound. To preserve the dynamics and with all of that going on, it starts with arrangement, which so obviously they're doing a fantastic job of arranging. The production on this. Oh.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah. Very well done. Yeah. And then, of course, like, the performance of it. It's just, it's very nice.
I'm going to have to, I don't remember reading who the producer was of this. I'm hoping it's the same person for the whole EP because it's incredible.
I have my guesses.
Oh.
But I'm going to keep it to myself.
Okay.
Because I don't want to mess up the names, and I don't want to say anything. Yeah, I don't want to talk about
Elizabeth when she said Tim Morello instead of Tom Morello. Oh God, never gonna live that one down.
It's okay. I do it all the time. All good.
On camera?
I don't know. You just go into my YouTube channel. I'm sure you can find something.
Something, right? That's okay. We're human. Yeah. That's kind of the point. We're not AI guys. We're human.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back one more time.
For now.
I love the time.
Yeah, like the speed framing. Yeah.
Yeah. How many layers of her voice do you hear on the harshes?
Sounds like 2.
Uh-huh.
But it's so hard to tell.
It's so hard to tell.
Because, and that's why... One take?
Yeah, one take, please. The way that the production is shifted, it sounds like I can hear extra layers, but they might actually all be making the same sounds.
And it also might be a really quick delay, like a plate reverb that causes a doubling to occur. There's all kinds of tricks that you can use in post-production that accentuates a double sound without doubling, or you might have a bunch of voices in there all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's all up to the artist and the producer and their relationship and what they want to accomplish. There's so many factors involved, but they all lead to the same result.
Well said.
So,
well said.
Thank you. The way that she's like, time! It's so cool. Like the way that she shapes her vocals, and I totally biffed that. But she's doing an amazing job there. Like this type of thing that she's using to shape the sound of what she's doing there and make it sound darker. It's so cool to see vocalists alter the sound of their voice. It sounds so high, and then all they have to do is go like this, and then not all they have to do. What am I saying? There's way more to it. My goodness, Phil, come on. But that is an element that allows for that to sound lower.
It's one of the biggest, biggest shifts that you can do to make things sound deeper is just make your vocal track longer, because then the low overtones get highlighted more.
Right.
So if you just go like a fish face, you get some more lowness that's happening. Yeah. It's a great demonstration.
Slow motion. We're sober, I promise.
Promise.
This is how we actually are in real life.
Yeah, we really make lots of strange noises.
Oh, yes.
It's the best. I love that delay.
Yeah. There it is. That hit me right in the chest.
Right? Let's listen to that again. It sounds like pop. Oh, wait.
It's beautiful.
Part of the reason that's so good is, did I catch this correct? Was there a breath right before the drop that they added?
Let's find out. No, it was a rise on the left-hand side.
Got it.
That's usually there's all kinds of sample libraries out there and really cool rises that can be used. So I'm sure that's what's, and the fact that it came from the left is really cool. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, it wasn't centered. It was here in my headphones. That's so cool. Gosh. Also, another thing that's really cool is the delay. I don't know. They're putting a filter. They're putting a I always get this mixed up.
Is it a low pass or a high pass?
It's like, what is it? Or I think it's opposite. It's a high pass filter because that
the
means
lows come through.
The lows come through. So I think I got that right. And I should be going this way because, you're watching and so high pass frequency. There we go. Anyway.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Let's go back and catch it one more time.
Cool.
I've never found a way to be honest. All I know is a place where I haunted memories fade. Blood is jaded.
Oh. I love the bass line there.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, the switch there was unexpected but enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And of course the belting is great.
Yeah. Very well controlled.
She's not singing in a huge range, at least not the lead.
No.
But like a person doesn't need to sing in a huge range to have a ton of effect.
Exactly.
You just need to sing well wherever you're singing.
Some of the most popular singers out there have 2-octave ranges, and they make it work. It's all about what you do with what you got. And if I recall correctly, Courtney's speaking voice is actually quite low. I've heard her some of her interviews, and it's actually quite low. So that's right. I would say that's probably at the top of her range. Maybe, I don't know. That's something that's an assumption. That's a speculation.
It sounds like that.
Disclaimer.
It sounds like it's like the top of the belty.
The range. Top of the belt. I'm sure that there's something up in other registers.
Yeah, because you
sure.
hear like the floaties sometimes, which could be some sort of vocoder as well. But like I'm sure she has like a nice head voice that can because usually you don't get incredible belts without having some pretty fantastic head floaty as well.
Absolutely.
Which actually we both coach. And I have a course called Demystifying Singing that Phil has been a guest coach for recently. It's really awesome. And it goes over those registrations, that breath support, how to use what you've got well and improve what you've got too. So if you guys want to check it out and maybe even take it with him, which is, it's like double the excellentness because I love his insight on the same things in just like a slightly different way. It's so useful. Anyhow.
Thank you.
I'll put
love to have you.
Yes. Yes,
thank you.
He's an excellent teacher. Really, really excellent. So I'll put a link
so
to that.
are you.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's get back to Courtney. I love that.
Oh, there it is. There's the float. All right.
Like
I do want to make a note. This is nothing against Courtney, okay? And I want to get your feedback on this.
Yeah.
This is for stylistic purposes. I want to make a disclaimer about the way she's moving her head and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's very difficult to do any healthy phonation when your tract is stretched like this.
It's like kinked.
So if you don't, because this is a music video, you don't want to use that as an example when you're actually going to sing. If you compare this to a one take or a live performance, it's very rare you'll ever see a stretch like this because it can lock a lot of things into place that you don't want locked into place. So keeping a good elongation of the neck, keeping this in a good fluid motion, and limiting the amount of tip that occurs is something that you want to keep in mind.
I like your skyscraper analogy.
Yes.
Right?
Skyscraper.
Be a skyscraper.
Yes.
That's great position for singing.
Yeah.
And I think this is for a visual.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I want to say. And it's a beautiful visual. It's
It is.
very cool. I just want to make that disclaimer to anyone that's out there. It's like, oh, do I have to move my head to sound like that? No.
That's a good point. Really good point.
No. It's for performance and visual purposes only.
Yep.
Movie magic.
Let's look at her beautiful movie magic.
Yes.
Looking up.
Oh, so nice.
that's so great. Ooh.
Goosebumps.
What? We're gonna listen to that again.
Cool.
I think that might be the most engaging ending of a song that I have heard at least this year.
That was so cool.
Holy crap.
That was so cool.
Whoa.
Like, these songs, my goodness, they're like movies in your ears. They're like, I mean, it's like Michael Bay, man, like Transformers, like.
Right, the glass shatter, and then the way that they've echoed the harsh afterwards. Wow,
that was really the production decisions on this song are clutch.
Great. Yeah.
Clutch.
Oh gosh.
Good.
One more time, huh?
Oh yeah.
Actually gets louder.
Again. Whoa.
Wow.
And the reversed digital artifacts, like those little tinkles, like it sounds like little and then they reversed it. And that's what's happening in the middle.
I'm gonna listen to that again.
Oh, it's so cool. You hear that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's reversed like tinkling. I don't know, like yeah.
Whoa.
It's so cool. That was sweet. What a way to end a song.
I love that ending.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Spiritbox, way to go.
Way to go. Awesome. Man, I still feel like tingles all over. Gosh! That's incredible.
Amazing.
All right. If you guys haven't seen Phil on this channel before, he's been here before, and in fact, we're gonna have a video on his channel too. So I'm gonna link you to a playlist of some things you can find. Phil Freeman, Philip Nathaniel Freeman.
Thank you very much.
Over here, and yeah, check it out because Phil is just an incredible singer, is lead vocalist of the Small Town Titans, and I gotta say he's just incredible at both singing and teaching breaking down voice. So even the interview, guys, check that out too. It's incredible to listen to him talk about voice. And may all of you fall more in love with music every day. Mwah.